What is up guys, my name is Ignas, welcome back to the channel. November is behind us, so we are back with a dividend portfolio and Revolut update. I made a new deposit, bought into 2 stocks and also received the dividends. First we'll go into the transactions history on the Revolut app to check how much in dividends was received, and then we'll take a look into the portfolio tracker on Google Sheets to get into more details on how the portfolio is performing and what will be the focus with next month's cash addition. An early thumbs up is greatly appreciated, and with that out of the way, let's begin. So we are in the transactions history for the month of November. On November 3rd I started with adding $400 new in and bought stock in 2 names. First one was consumer discretionary McDonalds, ticker symbol MCD. For $200 got 0.67 of a share at $295.83 per share. And then another $200 into financials named MasterCard. Got 0.36 of a share at $544.71 per share. Later on we'll go into the portfolio tracker on Google Sheets to further check how these positions are performing. But now let's continue with dividends. So November 5th another consumer discretionary name paid Lowe's, ticker symbol LOW, dividend of $3.64. November 6th a tech name ASML paid, plus $2.80. On November 8th, financials, MasterCard, ticker symbol MA, another $1.04. Continuing on November 14th, a tech name Accenture, ASN, dividend of $2.97. Scrolling further up on November 20, I have 2 names. Consumer discretionary D.R. Horton, ticker symbol DHI, plus $1.31. And then on the same day, an industrials name Caterpillar paid, ticker symbol CAT, dividend of $3.68. On the 26th we have financials, Citigroup C, plus $2.27. And then the last name for dividends was November 28th. 2 names, one was consumer discretionary Starbucks, ticker symbol SBUX, $5.30. And then financials Charles Schwab SCHW, $1.88. So these were all the moves and the dividends for the month of November. And now let's go into the portfolio tracker to further check into the dividend progress. So I have summed up all the dividends that was received in November, and the sum came in at $24.89. This is almost a $4 increase to what we have seen a quarter back in August, but interestingly comparing it to November of last year, where the dividends was summed at $12.41, we are double than that plus 100.6%. Now if we take a look into the sum for the year, we have the dividends at $276.98, currently plus 16.6% compared to the previous year, and I believe we have a good chance getting at least $30 in December, which will sum up to over $300 in dividends for 2025. Now looking into what we can actually pay for this dividend income, currently the portfolio should be bringing $349.50 in dividends every year, which comes to $29.13 every month. For this amount we can 4 times cover the monthly phone bill, or more than 150% of internet or gym bills, and the next step is monthly clothing expense, which is $32, so currently we have covered 91% of it. Overall, all the monthly expenses excluding mortgage comes in at $680, and in turn we can now only cover 4.3% of everything. So we have checked into the dividend progress, and now let's get into the portfolio tracker to further see how the positions are performing. So in November we added into a consumer discretionary name McDonalds, ticker symbol MCD. We currently have 3.158 of a share, cost basis on the position is $800, and this position is now worth $1,000.13. So we are up for just over $200, an increase on the position plus 25.02%. Now this position takes 4.26% of the portfolio, and it is 26.91% of exposure in the consumer discretionary sector. Taking a look into dividends, the stock is now trading at a dividend yield of 2.26%, though I'm up on this position, so my yield on cost is 2.83%. And the position is bringing $22.64 in dividends on an annual basis. Now another name that I've added money into was financials, MasterCard, ticker symbol MA. Currently have 1.973 of a share. Cost basis here is also $800, and the position is worth $1,120.43. This means that we are up for almost $330 on this position, an increase of 41.05%. Now this position takes 4.81% of the portfolio, and it is 30.46% of exposure in the financial sector. Currently the stock is trading at a dividend yield of 0.53%, though again we are up, so yield on cost here is 0.75%, though it's still a low dividend yield, paying $6.02 in dividends every year. Now summing up the dividends, the portfolio should be bringing $411.20 every year. This is a dividend yield of 1.75% on the portfolio, though we are quite there in the green, so my yield on cost is higher at 2.42%. And if we take a look into the after-tax dividends that could potentially be used to pay our expenses, so that comes in at $349.52. Now overall the portfolio is now worth $23,456.28, and we over the years have deposited $16,980. So now we are up for $6,476.28, an increase on the portfolio of 38.14%. So we have checked how the portfolio is performing, but now I would also like to find out which market sector or sector should be the focus with next month's cash addition. So in November we added into consumer discretionary. Currently we have $3,717.04 there. It is 15.85% of the portfolio with a target of 15%. And we also added into financials. Similarly, we have $3,704.68. This is 15.79% of the portfolio and a target of also 15%. But there are now two market sectors in the red, meaning below targets. One is communication services. We have $1,168.28. This is 4.98% of the portfolio and a target of 6%. And then another in the red is healthcare. Currently we have $2,966.62. We are 12.65% exposed in this sector, and the target is a bit higher at 15%. So likely the next month's cash addition will again be divided into two market sectors, communication services and healthcare. And I do have quite a lineup to pick from. From communication services, the pick will probably be T-Mobile, ticker symbol TMUS. But regarding healthcare, it will be a little more tricky. Currently leaning either towards Amgen AMGN or Merck MRK. What do you think? Which one of those should be the pick for next month's cash addition? And so that was it for the dividend portfolio on Revolut update for the month of November. If you would be interested in more details or using this portfolio tracker for yourself, you can access it free of charge by following the first link at the top of the description. All I ask in return is supporting the channel and leaving a thumbs up under the video. Previously I've compared several dividend paying names, so if you would be interested in that, then click on a video that is currently on the screen. And that was it from my side, thank you for watching and I'll see you all in the next one.